Happy Friday, everybody. I'm Amanda Head, the Hollywood Conservative, and this is your Hollywood Minute. Boy, do I love campaigning. I love elections. I don't always love the outcome, but I love elections. I got into politics because I grew up as an Auburn fan. Both parents went to Auburn. Brother went to Auburn. I went to Auburn. But before I even went to Auburn, I was in my mother's belly going to Auburn football games. But I hated it because Auburn football season always ended. And that's what I love about politics. It's football season that never ends. Now, sometimes I will admit I get sick of it because it's sometimes depressing. But I when we get into this election mode and I get that election fever, I just love it. Now, it pretty much officially kicks off a week from Tuesday, right? Because Tuesday's Halloween, which is the 31st, and November 7th. Yeah. But I want to talk to you guys about some polling. And also, as I talk to friends, especially here in California, but in other very solidly blue states, oftentimes they ask me, why doesn't President Trump come and hold rallies in my state? Well, unfortunately, the logistics and the common sense and the wisdom behind it is, you're kind of wasting resources. In a state like California or a state like Washington State or New York, President Trump doesn't typically hold rallies in those places because fiscally speaking, strategically speaking, it's considered a waste of resources. Now, President Trump, after he won the election in 2016, did make some rally visits after the election. I think it was in between his election and when he was inaugurated, when he was just kind of waiting to take office. And he did go to some of the blue states to be there for Trump supporters in those states, I think as kind of a thank you for supporting him, even in a solidly blue state. I do wonder if this time around it's going to be different. Now, it's not that going to some of these states wouldn't still be considered a waste of rations if they were still solidly blue. And there's a caveat there, and that is because recent polling out of a very blue state, New York, shows that maybe he ought to pop in there. And maybe California too. I don't know about California, but New York. So this new Siena poll, Siena College survey, found that 84% of voters in New York consider the influx of migrants a very serious problem. 57% identifying it as a very serious problem. Only 12% of respondents said that the problem is not serious. It's a sad case, and Biden doesn't even care. This is a federal problem and has always been a federal problem, said Maria Ortiz, who works in retail and says that she constantly sees migrants begging on the train with their babies. In another metric, nearly 2/3 of voters, 64%, flunked the Biden administration's handling of the migrant influx, while only 29% approved. And digging down into some of the more important numbers, obviously the migrant crisis is on the front of their minds, but the favorability, unfavorability. As far as his favorable numbers with New Yorkers, he sits at 45%. That is 7 points below his unfavorable number at 52%. So I'm not saying that I have any insider information. I'm just saying that if you live in a blue state, there might be a little bit better chance this time around that President Trump is going to hold a rally in your state. All right, everybody, head over to my website, thehollywoodconservative.us, sign up for my daily emails, go to my pillow, use my promo code Hollywood. Have a great weekend. I'll see you on Monday.